Hey, what's doing YouTube? And now we are at episode 6 of my 2022 bodybuilding prep with the IFBB Pro League, and it is peak week. So the last week before the New South Wales titles, and I'm going to go over the things that I do during my peak week. But I've come across a little bit of a problem. So a week ago, I cut my hand pretty badly at work, and it required stitches. So I was on antibiotics, and I just finished my antibiotic cycle with this video, and in the morning um, of this video I was 95.5 kilos, so holding water, mostly in the lower abs and the glutes, the lower back. So that's the heaviest weight that I've been by far during the prep. I've been hovering about 93, 92, and then after carving up I'd be 94 and a half maybe. So that's obviously not an ideal situation, but there is still enough time to sort of pull things together in this last week and get nice and dry for the competition. So as you can see here, everything's looking pretty good other than the glutes and the lower abs. I'm struggling with a bit of bloat in the lower abdomen. That's the sort of areas that I know I hold water right where the hamstring and glute ties in, and the lower abs. So obviously not ideal situation, but there is still enough time, and there is still the diuretic at the end of the week before the weigh-ins. So my goal was to make under 90s. Well, it wasn't really a goal, but I thought that I'd make under 90s. But at 95 kilos, I might be struggling for that. The lowest I've been in this prep is 91.8, which is generally later in the week when I'm the most depleted before I carve up on Sundays, and after a long training session. So I was about 91.8. So I was already going to be struggling a little bit to make weight, but I'm still going to try and see what happens. The main thing is I get under 93 for the classic, because I just miss out on the classic, which is more what I'm aiming for anyway. I do compete in both bodybuilding and classic, but I'm probably more suited to the classic physique. So I'm looking nice and full, obviously. Uh, Everything looks pretty good. The lighting's not the best. It's a little bit too bright as it's in the morning. I'm off work now, so I can train mornings and night, and that's pretty much what I do during the carb deplete and load phase. So just going through what I do for my deplete days. So that's the show's on a Sunday, so it's normally a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But because I was holding a bit of water, I started on Monday. So basically, what it is with the diet is the first meal anyway. I start with just my normal regular breakfast, which is 2 whole eggs. You got sauerkraut, cucumbers, tomatoes, and that's rice flakes as well. So about 50 grams with just a handful of berries. I think that might have been cranberries in this meal. So that is the only meal where I have carbs and fats, and then the rest of the day it's basically protein and veggies. So this is a chicken meal. It's about 150 grams of chicken with mostly spinach, the vegetable I used, tomatoes, cucumbers, and again sauerkraut. So that's meal two. So I'll do 2 chicken meals like this in the day, so there'll be 5 meals throughout the day. And this the other 2 meals are pork, so that's 150 grams of pork, and again veggies and all the other stuff. So very low calories. I do sip BCAs while I train. I train twice a day during these days, and also do cardio in the morning, and maybe even some another 30 minutes of cardio during the day, just to really try and deplete all the muscle, the glycogen out of the muscle, and ready for the carb load, which is normally Friday and Saturday. So I salt these meals as well, plenty of salt and pepper, which is important to note because when I carb up, I drop the salts completely. So as you can see, very low calories. Also training twice a day. So what I do with the training is the first session of the day, so Tuesday I'll start with back, and then it'll be triceps at night. Wednesday will be chest, and then biceps at night, and then Thursday will be shoulders, and then normally just a massage that night. And by that stage, I'll be pretty cooked, and looking forward to carving up. So going back to the physique, so this was Thursday morning after training shoulders, my last weight session before carving up. So Thursday was the last day that I depleted. So definitely looking a lot flatter and drier in this. So obviously it's paid off the depletion phase, and it's helped to get rid of that water, and a little bit more detail is coming through now, and things are tightening up nicely. So back into a good position. Obviously not super ripped, but for me, good condition. I've still got another month until nationals to get even harder, but at this stage I'm pretty happy with the condition. I could have been a bit harder, but we'll just have to work with what we've got for the weekend. So the bloat in the lower abs is gone, the water in the glutes is gone. After this session I was 91.9 kilos. That was so cardio in the morning and then a shoulder session, and I was feeling pretty flat, but still lifting decent weight, but the body was pretty beaten up, and all the posing as well. The posing helps to dry you out as well, but also causes a bit of tightness in the muscles. So the Thursday night I use for a massage. I try and stay away from the legs because I don't want any inflammation in the legs, but I try and get my massage therapist to loosen up my shoulders, chest, upper back, and my lower back's been a little bit tight lately as well. So after this session, so what I like to do when I'm carving up, because the mistake you can make when carving up is you're going to start feeling full again, which is not the case. You're still going to be hungry, you're still going to be tired, and as soon as you get those carbs, it can be hard to stop sometimes. So what I like to do is stay in a routine and still go to the gym, but work on mobility, stretching, and making sure that I'm going to feel fresh on the day of the competition, so I can hit all the poses correctly and get into the positions I need to show off the physique as best I can. The hand injury or the arm injury has healed as well pretty well. I still don't get the stitches out until the Monday after this competition. But as you can see, pretty flat. So with the weight, I don't want to push it too hard just to make under 90s. I think I'm better off. I'll see what happens. So I'm going to take half a mod diuretic the night before the weigh-in, see where I land. I'll probably train a little bit before the weigh-in just to make sure that the weight is under control, and also probably cardio if needed. So I have those options available. I'll just see how I go. I won't kill myself to make under 90. But the main thing is I make under 93 for the classic physique. So that's pretty much the deplete phase wrapped up, and on the next episode I'll be looking at the what I do for carb loading when it comes to competition. But as you can see, like I said, it's pretty flat, especially through the legs, or that's the place where I notice it a lot. But still looking pretty good. So happy with the position I'm in, and excited about the first competition of the year. I normally like to do a warm-up show. I normally aim for 3 shows, but this year the New South Wales show is up first, so it does put the pressure on. It's a big show. It's going to be a lot of good competitors. It's going to be very competitive, so a little bit nervous about that, but we'll just have to do the best that we can, and leave it up to the judges. Just turn up the best you can, and then it's up to the judges. But that is episode 6 wrapped up. Make sure you catch episode 7 as I go through the carb loading phase of competition. Until then, I'll catch you guys again soon.